I want to assure you that the Nigerian Army is committed to achieving the security objectives of your administration.
Less than a week after the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Yusuf Buratai, relocated to the northeast to oversee and direct the operations in the theater and other operations across the country, the Army Chief has vowed not to leave the northeast until Boko Haram terrorist is eliminated. Buratai expressed pain that the decade-long armed rebellion has lasted for too long, just as he assured that a lingering challenge would be surmounted. He said in quotes, "We will not leave this insurgency to last like in other countries who have fought an insurgency for close to 50 years. We cannot allow that to happen here. We are here, we will not leave this camp until we substantially degrade these criminals by God's willingness. We shall be there with you, no going back, once we commence. We will be with you in the valleys, on the hill, in the jungle, in the river, and so on. And we will make sure that we get ourselves properly motivated, properly equipped, and I assure you, you will have the best of time." End of quote. Buratai's move to the northeast generated reactions from different quarters as it came on the heels of the onslaught the Chadian President Idris Deby and his troop recorded against Boko Haram, which was considered successful. Although the Nigerian military, through the Coordinator Defense Media Operations, Major General John Enenche, opined that the success or failure of operation can only be accepted if it comes from the multinational Joint Task Force, referring to Chad's onslaught against Boko Haram. Enenche said in quotes, "Let us not be distracted by a country that will now say, 'I am taking the glory.' For whatever reasons, if for anything, the armed forces of Nigeria, the multinational Joint Task Force, they have done so much with the cooperation." The Borno State Governor Babagana Zulum is apprehensive that the Chadian military operations on the fringes of Lake Chad, remnants of terrorists neutralized from their hideouts, will make Borno State their new abode and continue to cause mayhem. Zulum said in quotes, "Honestly speaking, we are apprehensive because of the ongoing operations by the Chadians. Right now, most of the Boko Haram are fleeing the shores of Lake Chad, the area from the Chad Republic, and they are now coming into the northern Borno State and the southern Borno State, and there is need for us to provide some insurgency counterattacks." End of quotes. On so many occasions, President Muhammadu Buhari had charged the military to bring the war against insurgency to an end. For instance, in November 2018, at the Chief of Army Staff Annual Conference in Maiduguri, Borno State, he told the military it was their duty to ensure Boko Haram is eliminated from the face of the earth. Similarly, in March 2020, at the inauguration of the National Humanitarian Coordination Committee, he called on the armed forces to bring the war against insurgency to a speedy conclusion. Although the military had earlier maintained that there was no definite time to when the Boko Haram war would end, saying it would in due time. While President Muhammadu Buhari had told the European Union that the military is capable of handling the crisis in the northeast with the 30-month civil war experience of Nigeria's military. It is worthy of note that people in Yobe, Borno and Adamawa are desirous of living a normal life. Close to 2 million people in Yobe, Borno and Adamawa are internally displaced, with 1.2 million persons having no humanitarian assistance. With the renewed commitment of the military, will this translate to the fact that they are now more ever ready to fully restore peace and tranquility to the northeast region of Nigeria? Given the relocation of the Chief of Army Staff to the war zone, Nigerians can only hope for the better, that the decade-long activities of the non-state actors will be brought to an end to pave way for development and rebuilding of affected areas ravaged by war.